Look at, and I find it very funny. So would you kindly give it up for my friend? It's Mr. Darren O'Toole!
Did he just say someone beautiful is coming on stage and you just said, oh shit, when I came on stage? Do you ever feel so lonely walking through an airport that you hope you get suspected of drugs just so you might get touched? Bent over a table in the airport going, the cocaine's higher. I realise this is a really bad angle, but I don't normally have people on stage, okay? Look away. We'll do it for this side. The cocaine's higher. I didn't mean to make eye contact. Do you ever pack a suitcase so well you hope it gets suspected just so someone can see how well you've packed your suitcase? If you've travelled recently, give me a cheer. Most of us. So when I was 19, I travelled to America. The first place I went to in America was New York. I seen a terrorist attack from literally where I'm standing to the end of the bar. And I'm very Irish. I hope you are too. So you would have done what I done and just completely stayed where the bomb was. Because if someone lets off a bomb, no way there's a second one going to go off there. That's terrible terrorism. And what happened is, I also done the second thing we'd all do in that situation, not just if you're Irish, I tweeted about it. And BBC picked up on my tweet and asked if I'd go on the news and talk about the New York terrorist attack, the New York bomb. I said, absolutely, me on TV, yeah, I want that. The time difference at 5 AM gave me a couple of problems, like you can't just stay up till 5 AM like normally. So I again done what most of us would do here, I drank till 5 AM. A couple things happened that night on the BBC. One, I was completely smashed at 5 AM on the BBC. And two, I completely forgot to talk about the New York bomb. If you've ever taken a drug before, give me a shout. If you've taken a drug tonight, give me a shout. Look, I know my jokes, but that sounds like a terrible joke for me. Whatever it is, I want none. Anyone taken ketamine before? Oh! Did you know she has taken ketamine before?
I sold it to her.
Oh my God. Sorry, do you have a number? Do you have a number? Oh my God, that's going good. I could not have asked for something better than that. Ketamine's a weird drug because I discovered it at a young age, and the first place I discovered it was a music festival. Now the problem with discovering drugs at a music festival is, like, you can't just go up to you and say, do you want to buy ketamine? You could be undercover. So someone came up to me and said, sorry, do you have a horse that needs to be tranquilized? How the fuck has someone got an uncontrolled horse in here? I couldn't even get a 20 bag of weed. I don't smoke weed anymore. I'm sick of looking for my phone, using the flashlight from my phone. I went to Amsterdam and I tried weed brownies for the first time with my friend Jim. He went to play pinball. He was gone for half an hour. After half an hour, I said I'd check on him. I went over, I said, Jim, are you doing good? He said, yeah, I'm doing good. I said, you know you need to release the ball? I'm going to come to you for the next question. When I traveled to America, the next place after New York I went was Las Vegas. I was 19. I couldn't gamble, I couldn't drink. What's the first thing you do?
Get married.
Get married! I like it, I like it. I didn't ask you a good answer. We're going to go back to the... Did you think of an answer? You've had lots of time.
I have no idea.
Ah, oh, fuck, you had like 20 seconds.
You can't drink or gamble, what's the point?
I took ecstasy. Took ecstasy. I had my whole arm tattooed. You can get tattooed at 18 in Las Vegas. The only part I didn't have tattooed was my elbow. And you all know with tattoos, if you have an elbow, you get a spider's web. Don't look, don't ruin it. Man's keen. So the only place I didn't have tattooed was my elbow, and you get a spider's web on your elbow. I now have the word spider's web. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Worst part of that is I was given like advice when I started getting tattoos originally, and I was told only get tattoos in languages you can speak fluently, which meant I could only get tattoos in Irish or English. So I went ahead and got tattooed, both of them languages. They're both spelled wrong. Who has the worst tattoo in the audience? Give me a shout if you have a shit tattoo. You laughed. I heard it. What do you have?
I've got that. I've got It Is What It Is.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Honestly, you need to put that on inside what would upset my mum.
That's what you thought would upset your mum. You could have done way worse. Anyone can beat that. I mean, most people can beat that. Anyone that's got a shit tattoo, now's your time to speak. What do you got? Oh, your ankle one? What you got something worse.
Tattooed by a blind man.
Is it good or bad? I'm not going to ask you to take your trousers off. I was doing a gig on Monday and a guy took his full shirt off and he had "I'm cool" in his armpit, but he spelled it wrong. Anyone here been in a relationship that's ended recently? Anyone here ever been in a relationship? I was in a 4-year relationship, and in the 4 years I got many gifts, so I kept the gifts. You know, I like a present, so I kept all the presents. One of the things I got was an iPod, and it was inscribed with my name, so I said I'd keep it. When I got into a new relationship, my new girlfriend said, to move forward in our relationship, we need to get rid of all reminders from previous relationships. So the iPod's got to go. And I kind of thought for a second and said, Sarah, you have a baby from a previous relationship. I see one man pointing at a woman, and she got kids. Like, they gotta go now, he said it.
My name is Sarah.
Your name is Sarah. Okay, that changes things. In my defense, the iPod was fully charged when I went in the bin with the baby. When I was 16, I wanted to support my friend in Pride. Now, I'm a straight man, but I've had trouble trying to convince people my whole life I'm straight. So I decided I'd go with my friend for the first Pride parade of Dublin. I was 16, so we took this train, you know, from countryside Ireland to Dublin. And also, when you're on a train, why is there a poster that says, if you need help with the Wi-Fi, you need to send an email? Some people don't get it, but it makes sense if you really think about it. So yeah, I get this train to go to Pride Parade, and my stepdad is heavily disabled. So what that means is he gets free public transport, but refuses to use public transport. So he gives me the pass, my 65-year-old stepdad. On this train, the first time in Ireland I've seen a ticket inspector, and I'm using this pass. So we walk from the, you know, where you sit to that middle bit of the train where the toilets are and you stand. And the guy says, I want to ask you a couple questions about your past. I kind of panicked a little bit because I knew I'd get the first one right, was the name, Patrick Fitzpatrick. Fucking aced that question. 16-year-old me, second question, date of birth. 13th of January, 1964. Disability, wheelchair disabled. So we get to the Pride Parade. Now I'm pretty competitive. And also for some backstory here, I'm from a place called Roscommon. The only place in the gay marriage, what did you say?
Off the Rosses.
Alright. Roscommon, the only place. Does anyone else want to speak out of turn before? Oh, another one.
Patrick as well.
Oh fuck, we know each other. Right? We're going to have a conversation across the day. Yeah, so Roscommon is the only place in Ireland to vote no to gay marriage. I've spent 16 years trying to convince everyone I'm a straight man. When we get to Pride Parade, I heard there was a finish line. And as a competitive person, I thought I need to cross that finish line. I wanted to be the first one to cross that finish line. I was the face of gay for the next 2 years. I burst through that finish line looking like the gayest man you've ever seen. Look, my time's been up. Just before I go, if you've enjoyed me, I'm about to be on Netflix, so it's a really good time to follow me on Instagram. So after the show, yeah, come and see me and ask what it is, because if I tell you now, it won't make sense because of my accent. I've been Darren!
Darren! He is a very fascinating man on